Kenichi and his family arrive at the royal capital, where people are shocked to see them riding a strange metal beast. Kenichi then shows his invitation letter to one of the gate guards, after which they wait for an hour before Princess Lilith and her underlings come. Some of them question how Kenichi traveled such a long distance in just 2 weeks, so Kenichi shows them his car, which piques Lilith's interest as she has Kenichi give her a ride. She tells Kenichi that he can ask for any reward from her because she likes him. So Kenichi asks her to give them permission to stay on the grounds of royal capital during their stay, revealing that because his family has beast people in it, they have very selected places to stay. Feeling a bit surprised, Lilith allows him and his family to stay, while also revealing that it might take a few months before the king receives them. Later, Kenichi sets up his house, which again makes Lilith happy as she abruptly decides that she will stay with him. To remain hygienic, Kenichi decides to build a toilet and summons his excavator, but Lilith once again rides in it. This outrages her servants, and when Kenichi comes out while carrying her, 2 knights attack him, but he instantly defends himself. However, this angers Anemone, who uses her fireball magic to attack them. Fortunately, Lilith stops both on time, after which she learns about Anemone and her magical abilities, making the 2 knights realize that they were just going easy on them. When it becomes a bit darker, Lilith insists on eating with Kenichi, so he decides to make curry rice, which she likes very much. But then, she also buys the plates and spoons, in which Kenichi served the food at an inflated price. Kenichi then notices one of her maids named Mylen and realizes that she is just his type of woman. Lilith also tries learning about Kenichi's item box, but Anemone no longer can see both of them so close to each other. After this, she learns about Anemone's relationship and feelings towards Kenichi, and feels a bit jealous because she would be used for a political marriage. Later, Kenichi arranges a fancy bathing setup for Lilith and decides to sleep outside with his cats. But at midnight, the 3 cats sense something strange in the castle. The next day, the queen stares at Kenichi. Meanwhile, Lilith wakes up and gets dolled up by her maids, and soon brings her head chef who tried duplicating Kenichi's curry with high-priced spices. Kenichi and his family realize it is really quite tasty, but it is in a different manner from Kenichi's curry. While they eat, Lilith asks Kenichi if he has something that her head chef can't even try to replicate. So Kenichi pulls out a box of premium chocolates, which makes Lilith happy as it is too delicious. And her head chef also admits that he don't have skills to replicate it. However, the very next day, Lilith once again visits Kenichi and asks him if he can give her one more box of chocolates, revealing that the queen is feeling a bit jealous and upset because she alone ate the whole box. That evening, Miare, Niamina, and Vel once again feel the same presence, so Lilith later reveals that it is most likely to be ghosts who died in the royal castle with grudges. She also asks him to exorcise these ghosts, so Kenichi fills a sprayer with holy water and has his cat sniff the ghosts out. At last, Lilith takes her to Queen's room, where Vel constantly stares at a flower vase, making him realize it is the source, so he asks Lilith to dispose of it. To reward him, Lilith grants Kenichi and Anemone access to the royal library to read any book, but he can't take them since they are all priceless. So Kenichi uses his equipment to copy all the books, and also involves Anemone in doing so. That night, Lilith summons him to his room, where she gives him permission to sleep with her maid Melan, revealing she knows she is her type. After this, Kenichi fulfills his desires and also has her wear cosplay. Finally, the day of their meeting with King comes as the family heads to the courtroom.